Hey guys, thanks for tapping in on this video. I want to remind you that we are crowdfunded and dream-driven around here. If you would like to support the show, head on over to patreon.com/pigeons420. With your support, we can interview some of the biggest minds in our space right here. Thank you so much to our members. Thank you so much to our patrons for supporting the show. And thank you for watching today's conversation.
There we go.
Boom.
Like a Discord Pro over here, bro.
We got you, brother. You look good. You look tight.
Oh, hell yeah, man. All right, I'm feeling good. That was the only thing I had to do. All right, now we can hang out. I rolled a fatty.
Oh, shit. What are you smoking?
I'm smoking my Cherry P.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, that camera follows me.
It does. Oh, you got Mrs. Scotty on the cam.
Yeah, man. But I did half of it as not half of it, about a third of it is flour. And then I'd love to ask you how much you're doing a flour compared to concentrates, but I gave them a bunch of fresh frozen. And shout out Turpicana Kyle, gave me a bunch of concentrates, man. So pretty fun. Good stuff, man.
Dude, I was big into concentrates, and then I just kind of got out of it because I was doing BHO and my process got so complicated that pressing it is just easier. So I just flour it out. I just
still concentrates though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got Swank genetics right here. I got some Swank genetics.
But flour rosin. So you're pressing your own rosin is what you're saying?
I'm smoking my plug's favorite Plugs rosin.
Plugs favorite.
Oh, it's gonna be green.
I gotta go deep on that, man. Gotta go deep.
We're
just chilling, right? Like
we're just chilling, brother. We're just chilling.
Cool. Because we don't know each other that well. We've hung out a couple times. I know you're cool, man, but we don't know each other that well. So
not very much. I was saying at the top of the show that you and Brett were the very first interview I ever did on this channel, and it was a virtual. Well, I'd say this isn't virtual. You're here. You're in studio. But it ended up being a fucking gong show for me because Brett's audio was all fucked up and it was choppy, and I was trying to sync it up to his lips, and I tried to put it out, but the audio sounded great, but video was out.
Been doing this for 10 years. I still can't get my gear going. I'm actually trying to use my mobile gear because it's fun to be on the road and be able to still do shows or to just put out good content, you know?
100%. 10 years, brother. We've been doing this the exact same. Yeah, I'm 11 years on the internet.
Yeah.
Did you start on YouTube?
Dude, you said on the internet, man. The first time I was on the internet, I like to tell this story. You have to pardon me. Well, I'm allowed to tell stories, right?
Of course.
When I was a kid, I'm 53 years old, so I'm talking like 1984. But I had the internet back then. They had these BBS, I guess it wasn't the internet, bulletin boards. I had my little $200 Commodore 64, and I would type on the bulletin boards, and we would download games, and we were pirates, man. For my 7th grade school project, I was a software pirate, and I got a B. I would have gotten an A, but the teacher really wrote, "I think this is illegal." Like, great effort, but I think this is... But dude, the funniest thing, like talk about like the innocent days in the 80s. I met this dude on a bulletin board who was like a 27-year-old morbidly obese guy that never left his house. My mom would literally drop me and my friends off at his apartment, be like, "Cool, go trade your video games. We'll see you in 5 hours." Like the stuff you would never do now, right? Never.
It's such a different world, bro. I know you're a dad too. Your kids are older than mine. Yeah. Mine's gonna be 14 here right away. It is way different. Shit. Way different.
Boy or girl?
Boy. Do you have just one?
I have one daughter.
Yeah,
Lil Real.
I met her.
Just about to. Yeah, she's right 21, so she's got her med card, and honestly, I think it's important if you have a kid to teach them how to handle the things that are going to be as an adult, whether it's asshole bosses, or friends that get drunk and you got to take whatever it is, there's these, like I did when my friends would get too drunk and my kid was around, at a party or something, family event or whatever, I would point over. I'd be like, that's what they call acting the fool. You don't want to act the fool, just, little stuff like that. I think you can teach your kids, man.
I, I was literally just talking about earlier tonight. There's a story of 11, ABC News was covering 11 children taken to hospital after eating gummies. And my immediate thought
Jesus.
goes to the parents. Like, who's watching this stuff? How do children get access to gummies like this? Crazy to me. It comes down to
What are you going to do in the
parenting.
hospital for him anyhow, man? And by the way, isn't that as bad as when your dad makes you smoke the whole pack of cigarettes? I don't know. Maybe not.
Well, at least I taught you a fucking lesson. No, I don't know. No, it's way worse. It's way worse. The reality to me is that you got to learn a lesson, and I think the lesson is best learned by your mom and dad, who may have
Agreed.
learned this once or twice before you. And you know what? You don't need to learn it from your teacher. You don't need to learn it from, heaven forbid, a police officer or a lawyer or the coroner's office, right? There's some very valuable lessons that can avoid you some of those people in some conversations you don't want to have. And it starts with mom and dad, man. It definitely starts with that. Parents are key to that. And I met you and your daughter and the whole crew, but I met you and your daughter in LA, and it was beautiful listening to you two and watching her look at you and just seeing you two both be very comfortable in a weed cannabis setting. It was inspiring to me, who was also very open to my son about those very same things. So I don't know if you hear this very often, but good for you for being a kick-ass, well-rounded, grounded father and man.
Thank you. That is very sweet. Can I hang on one second? I got to put you on mute. No, I'm just kidding. I was going to yell something crazy, but where's the turkey pot pie?
That's a hey, you gotta
Just
beat them every
fine.
now and again, or they don't respect you.
Hey, now that's too much, man.
I'm glad you said that.
I'm sorry, man.
I was
You went over the
joking.
line,
I was
dude. All
joking.
right. My wife could kick my ass. My wife works out probably 5 days a week. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. My wife could definitely kick my ass.
Kid could probably kick my ass.
No, I was 100%
Hell yeah.
kidding. 100% kidding. No, I think that the conversation you can have with your child outweighs any physical discipline that you can do to them.
Oh,
The look
dude, you're
on
gonna
my
fight with
face
somebody.
alone can get them pretty upset.
When was the last? I think the fifth grade was the last. No, seventh grade was the last time I got into a fist fight. And then we ended up being friends afterwards.
Seventh
That's how
grade?
it goes, right?
Well, you're way
Seventh
cooler
grade,
than
yeah,
me.
middle school.
Oh yeah, you're way cooler than me. I got my ass kicked all the way up to like fucking 19, dude.
19.
No, that's a bit.
Did you go to like
I
a
think the last time I got my ass kicked was like 16. It was high
16?
school.
All right, man.
High school.
And everybody does need to get an ass kicking at least once in their lives, just to know what it feels like, man.
It's humbling.
It's not good.
It's
Yes,
not good. It's not good. That's when you learn that
shit.
your mouth will write checks that your ass can't cash.
Until
So
you realize, same thing with hopefully you ain't gonna learn that, your kid ain't gonna learn that. They can learn that by seeing somebody else, right?
right. When I started this conversation, I asked you about getting into this. You said 10 years, and I said we were doing this at the
Something
same
like
time,
that, yeah.
and then you went back to the 80s. What have you been doing for 10 years?
What did I do to my camera, man?
You look good.
Oh, do I? I'm frozen here, but What about what was? Hang on, man. What was the question? I'm having technical
No,
difficulties.
it's okay.
Camera's working. Your camera's working.
Mine is. Yours is off. It's turning back on.
Yeah. What the hell, man? What the hell?
Wouldn't even have known
Anyway, I'm
actually
sorry. What
until you
did you?
said something.
Oh man, this Discord is a little buggy, no?
Dude, okay, it is. It can be. It definitely can be. Oh, there it goes.
Hey, I'm back, man. All
Yeah,
right, what was the question you asked me, brother?
When we first started this conversation, you mentioned you mentioned that you had been in this for 10 years.
Sure.
And then I mentioned that that's about the same. I started on the internet in 2016. No, 2014.
Oh yeah, then I
2014. But I didn't start YouTube until 2016.
Nice.
Yes. What you said you've been doing this for 10 years. What have you been doing for 10 years?
Oh, I have been running Real Growers, and then I have been and just I heard probably like a lot of people, I heard the Joe Rogan podcast back in the day. I was like, hey, I want to do that. And so we gave it a whirl, man. Dude heard the same thing. Actually, dude heard John Doe radio, and that was his inspiration for trying a podcast. And yeah, I came on episode 2. Dude was episode 1, man. We hung out at a party, and we both had the same goals, man. But that's what I've been doing for the past 10 years. Before that, maybe a little bit more interesting. I used to run 20 lighters. What is the statute of limitations for talking about like growing weed? Any ideas?
Fuck, dude, it can't be any more than it literally can't be more than in 5 years. But I honestly have no idea.
I have a brother.
I'm not a lawyer.
I have this crazy brother, Trip, my twin brother, Trip, and he's done some interesting shit. He used to run 20 lighters back in the day. He was taught how to do these 8 light flips, and 4 light veg, 8 lights on one side, 8 lights on the other, and they would flip. And man, you could harvest 8 lights every month, man. And back when it was prohibition days, 4 G's a pound. That was fun, man.
4 G's a pound. Yeah, that's when it was good. That's when there was money in it.
But what's up with that? Wouldn't you rather, like, I don't have to smoke this whole J. I rolled a big fat J because I like the way they smoke. Let's smoke a couple of hits of it and put it out. When it's not that when it's not super expensive and you don't have to smoke it down to the filter. I don't know. It's more pleasurable.
I agree with you.
I do dabs. I got this dabs on my spoon. Clean the whole spoon. If I'm like, oh, I want a freshie. I don't know. I just think it's nice that it's. And I almost said disposable. You can get freshies every time.
I get it, man. There's a level of like confidence or a level of like, I don't know. It's a level of appreciation. It's just a level like that you don't have when you are trying to purchase it and keep it around. And it's just I honestly haven't had that feeling of purchase in a very long time, where it's like that anxiety of not having any in a while, or where it's like you're consistently purchasing it. It's just nice to have a consistent supply. I smoke what I need when I need it.
Yeah. You ever go out of the country?
Yeah, I met you in LA.
No, out of the country. LA is still in. Oh, all right.
Oh, that's
fair
hilarious,
enough, man.
like
you ever goes any place like.
No. Have I ever left? Have I ever left anywhere?
Place...
No, I've never gone anywhere exciting other than America. I'm from middle of buttfuck nowhere, Canada.
Like I got that place in Costa Rica, right?
Nope.
I have a place in Costa. During the pandemic, I scored a place in Costa Rica, and it's Surfside Costa. If anybody wants to go rent it, man. But when I went down there, the realtor is like, so you realize you're old, and then I realized that I was the customer, and so she's like, "Are you going to need anything, or can I get you anything while you're down here?" And I was like, "Yes, I will need a big bag of weed when I get down there." I made her get me, like, she did it. I didn't make her do anything, but she's like, "Fair enough." Yeah, yeah, it was pretty
Good answer. No,
interesting, man.
dude,
It's when you're the customer, you know.
I had no idea you had a place in Costa Rica, and I had no idea you could rent your place in Costa Rica. Yeah, fuck, I had no idea. Dude, I would. Probably. I don't like flying over the ocean. I'm not 100% where Costa
You
Rica
you
is.
you can't rent it. You can just come and hang out, all right? But you got to come when I'm there, man.
I'm in.
You know what? It's for the hell of it, man. But I found this place, scored during the pandemic, house on one side, pool and the whole thing on the middle,
Oh,
and then 4 units. And so you rent the house, you get 4 people in the in the cabanas, they're called, man. And you party. It's fun. It ain't expensive, man. Costa Rica's nice.
I, I have a huge anxiety of flying, so I have to bring my family. I'll bring my family. If I bring my whole family, my anxiety's gone. I don't know what it is. I just like us all being together. That's all.
Don't watch the Saturday show. We recorded the Saturday show, and we pre-record Dude Gross show, and I put something on. Saturday's just about kind of goofing around,
course.
and
Yep, I'm familiar.
check out the feed. I'm looking at this people that are flying, and then you just hear boom, 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 like obviously an engine just completely coming apart, man. Yeah, unbelievable. And they're landing at the same time. The captain comes on once they land, and he's like, "Yup, that just happened."
I saw the footage from the ground.
Did you see it?
Yeah, yeah. I saw the footage from the ground of the right engine completely spewing fire and it coming to a land. Absolutely incredible. I can't believe it, and that's another reason I don't want to fly. Yep, nailed it.
No, baloney, man. Okay, yeah,
Nope,
that
seriously.
engine exploded. I'm gonna tell you though, that engine exploded at the worst possible time, right before they were landing. The pilot landed that thing like no problem,
Love
and he
it.
gets on the radio and he goes, "Hey, that was crazy. Got to be honest, it was my first engine explosion ever, and I've been flying for 35 years." First off, holy crap, that guy's been flying for 30. He's been flying for as long as I've been smoking weed, man. Wow, what was that? 1985? What is that? It can't be 1990.
35. Well,
Oh, maybe.
I'm 38 and it was
No, it's got to
87.
be 80. It's got to be 80.
80,
Right?
89.
Wait, what year is it, man?
I don't know, dude.
You ever
I know I was born in
have a
87
look?
and I know that I'm 37. I'm going to be
Dude, that's
38,
good,
but I
man.
could
That's
possibly be 38.
Yeah, that's how you know you're old, when you're almost sure how old you are.
I'm within a year. It's plus minus, right? Plus minus one before you're insane.
Oh, it's so true. Yeah, get it while the getting's good, brother.
That's right. That's right. Dude, I really appreciate you. The reason I had you guys on last time is because you guys got deleted. You guys had your channel deleted. And let me tell you, you guys have come back better than ever. Your content is killer. Your delivery is killer. Your knowledge, education, presentation, killer. Dude, and I know that you are recording all the time. Sorry, I call people dude all the time. I don't mean that in terms of like I got the guys mixed up here at Dude Gross.
You're saying nice things about. Hang on one second. Let me go grab my wife really quick.
Yeah, she needs to hear this. Yeah, I'll wait. No,
I'm just kidding.
no,
She's very unimpressed. Stop, but thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey,
And
that's fact.
man, sometimes it is weak sauce. Sometimes people think there is competition because we're both up there, and both up in the top 5 or 10 or whatever of the YouTube shows. We're higher than that. But
number
man,
1 and 2.
there's zero competition. Yeah, you know what though? We talk to different people. And
our people,
we're different age. We talk to so much different people that I'm glad. Thank you for being there for folks that just don't like me.
hey, amen. Amen to that. Yeah, fist pump for you that. Yeah, I was gonna talk about the stash blending and recharge thing, and I will. But I do. The reality is that I don't have any room in my heart for hatred. I don't have any room in my heart for angst, or I don't really care, to be honest. I love the fact that people in my space in a place that I have an honor, a pleasure, a privilege to call home, are
Support you,
doing
right?
their thing. Dude, I'm so inspired by you. And for me to think of it as competition would not only be ignorant, it would be a disservice to everybody. Just because, let's say, you and I don't talk, which we don't a whole lot, but
Go to
if
each other's
for us,
events, man.
hey, this is all about. If we think that our communities don't talk, we'd be fools, man. You know, I can tune into your live streams, I can tune into your show, and I see tons of my community over there. I know if you were to tune into
Yeah.
my show and my live stream, you'd see members of your community in there. It's just they interact.
Love it.
That's just the way it is. And we can do way more damage in regards to fun and excitement and experience together than we could ever do
Yeah.
apart. So that's
So
my mindset.
where's the remember it's not a competition, it's a cooperation. Come on, that's good. You ever heard that soundbite before?
I was gonna say
It's like this
if
creature.
this is a movie reference,
It's
unfortunately,
something, yeah. It's
yeah,
something.
I will not get almost any movie reference that you ever make.
You know what? Grambo is like you won't get this one up, but the cable guy, Grambo, like he says they parked him in front of the TV when he was a kid, and like I'm 53, he's 40. He gets every reference. I can do a reference from a 1979 Chevy Chase movie, and he's got it. You know, it's funny. He's the cable guy.
I respect
Excuse
that.
me.
I respect that. I can appreciate cinema. I can appreciate movies. I can appreciate it all. I just don't do it myself. I'm trying to get into it. I just don't do it. Do you do movies?
Good.
Do you do shows?
We are freaking kindred spirits. What are you saying? I was just talking to Grambo and my wife, and I was like, dude, we should watch. I know Breaking Bad is good. I know factually it's good. It's considered one of the best shows, and I haven't seen it. So I'm like, we should watch Breaking Bad together. And she's like, yeah, we watched like 3 episodes and you loved it, but it's just so hard for me. Come on, what is it? It's 100, probably 100 hours, 100 episodes, maybe.
I don't know.
Who knows? But I'm just saying.
It's a lot, though.
Hey,
It
whatever.
is a lot.
Maybe it's 50 hours, and she'll watch 3 or 4 at a time. Dude, I don't have the attention for that, man.
Dude. Okay, so I do this with movies all the time. I'll be like, oh, let's watch this. And she'll be like, we've seen it. And I'll be like, oh, did I like it? She's like, yes. And I'll be like, okay, I'm good. You know, I'm good. I don't need to see it. I'm good. It's literally, I'll sit and watch. And if I don't fall asleep, the information just goes in and out. It's just, it has to be visual.
Lives for a second.
I like boobs. I like cars. I like slow motion. I like guns and explosions. And if it has that, I'm in.
Boobs, butts, and boinking, man.
You got her, buddy.
Those 3 things, right?
You got
See
it.
if that URL is taken. .com. That'd be good, right?
It would be good. And I have a feeling it's taken, and I would highly suggest people don't check it out.
Yeah, right. That'll screw up your algo.
Yeah, just a
Oh, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
No, okay, so as I was saying, sorry, it went straight to both of our heads. The workflow, dude. You are killing it. Your channel's killing it. I'm not going to compliment you anymore. Channel's killing it. I know that the work that goes into that is very demanding. How do you make that work? How are you recording? What does a day look like for Scotty Gross?
Bro, I'm gonna shout out to High C, and I want to tell you because he's the guy that really put this all together. And I just want to tell you first how we met. Oh my God, I want to tell you how we met. It's so
Please.
cute. It's freaking amazing, man. I'm in the grow, and Real Growers, I'm running it all myself, man. And Sean Guru had left. He had Man, he is such a good dude, but we worked each other I worked like crazy, man. I burnt the guy out. Both of us were running this business, and so now it's just me, and I'm kind of tripping. I've got a whole garden going too. So I'm in the garden one time to like midnight, 1 o'clock. I'm listening to like marketing podcasts and business. And I'm like, all right, come on, sales and marketing shit. Dude, I download fucking everyone, 20 of them, every single one that says that. I'm like, oh, this one sucks. This one sucks. Cliche. Read the same book. And then this other guy's like, hi, I'm Nathan, your emotional manipulator for hire. And I was like, holy fuck, this guy's all right, man. Dude, maybe like 4 episodes in, I'm like, this guy's brilliant. Holy shit. And he goes, so I took my daughter to Horsetooth Reservoir that's down the street from my house. And I was like, bro, Horsetooth Reservoir is down the street from my house. Out of all the places in the world to live, this dude lived, he's maybe a couple miles away. You want to talk about stalking somebody? When I got him to work for me, though, he goes, all right, I got to tell you something, man. He goes, calls it manifesting. He like meditates and he's a cool dude, man. And he goes, I'd been manifesting getting a client in the cannabis industry. And so came together and dude, it's a gift, man. We work together really well. It's a joy.
Dude, that is an incredible story.
Crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never take it for granted either, man. Like anytime, like I don't smoke before we do those Scotty real short forms and shit. I always bring my A game because I think about how like, dude, it was kind of like a wish answered. I was like, oh man, I'm wishing for this, for some help, and then I got it.
Dude,
trippy, right?
That's so cool. I'm so happy for you, man. Because in a small way, I can relate because my game really changed when I met Rob and Chris. Rob I met first, and when you talk about marketing, you talk about sales, that's my dude. He is so good at it. That's his thing. That's
Rob is?
Yeah.
Hey, Rob or Chris?
Rob.
Really?
Oh,
that's awesome, man. I like him a lot, man.
Dude, he's something else. He's something else. And there's something about surrounding yourself with people that are smarter than you. That's the big thing. But people that are in it as much as you. You can find someone that's smarter than you every day. And I can find someone that works hard for a little while. Yeah. But finding someone that's passionate and wants to see us grow is so hard. But when you find it, dude, I cherish it like it's the most valuable thing I got. So I totally understand. And I can see it with your content because it's gotten great.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing, man. He knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just been such a joy, man. You wake up in the morning and the first thing I think is, shit, what day is it, man? And today was Wednesday. I was like, hell yeah, my friends are coming over, man. You know what I mean? Like, dude, for me, work days are fun. Sometimes the weekends are boring,
I feel you. Sometimes I can't wait to get back at it. But then that's where, and this is where I like to get into the conversation because as a dad, I don't really find a hard time with balancing, but the balance of work and life is so key for me because I live by the motto that he who doesn't like his life makes work his life. And I don't ever.
I'm gonna rebut that, man.
Nope.
I'm rebutting that because this work is pretty much my life. I have this studio in the back of my house, and I work with my daughter, so I see her all the time. And my wife is so happy to be able to watch her TV inside the house. It's a separate structure she hangs out in, man. No, but seriously, we've been married for 20 something years. My daughter does not live with me anymore. So, yeah, I really do. I don't say obsess over this, but I have a really good time. It's my hobby and job. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And in here, okay, I'm going to rebut you because I feel the reason you feel passionate about work and have turned it into life is because you love life and you want to make work a part of it. And now that we
Well,
are homeowners or business owners and working for ourselves, we have now made our life work and our work life. And so I think that's because we enjoy life more. But the thing is, or maybe I can only speak for myself, but the thing is like, it's very easy to get caught up in the office on a Saturday or a Sunday or
yeah,
a Wednesday at 5 o'clock, or you know what I mean?
Friday.
Yes.
They made me work Friday, man.
Can you believe that?
That's awesome.
So
Man.
do you find the balance hard? Obviously, you just said your daughter's moved out now, so the wife does she help?
Oh, dude, my wife and my daughter are huge, man. I was just sitting making macaroni earlier, and I was thinking about all the different jobs that we used to try to do me and Guru would try to do ourselves, and it's like, marketing and then fulfillment and then ordering all the supplies and then doing social media and then doing the shows, running Google ads, actually buying and then making like those grow dots took me a couple years to actually make. So all the raw materials, the packaging equipment, and it's enough to, there's a lot for a couple people to handle. And dude, my business really took off when Sean Guru left, and I realized that it was something you give to a team of people. And I hired a team of people, and each one has their own specialty. And man, that is when everything changed. Like, shout out to Grambo, man. Grambo doesn't get worked from real growers for 30 hours before he does the show. Man, he never misses an edit, man. He makes me look big.
He makes you look great. Yeah, he's doing a great job. Do you do you still speak with Guru? Yeah.
Do, man. And I'm really happy for him. He took what he made with me for a little, it was during the pandemic and stuff. Dude, we were selling a shit. I've never sold so much recharge. And he was, I treated him very fairly. He made bonuses and stuff, and he socked all that away and then just was able to start a fly fishing guide business. So he is now a fly fishing guide. And so, man, I'm getting older, man. I'm hoping that I can make an impact on people's lives that is positive. So the fact that he was able to come out here and get a job with me and then take that to get his dream job, and now he's got his dream job being a fly fisherman. Can they call him that? Sorry, guys.
No.
You know what I mean? But that's freaking cool. All by the under 30, man. That dude's a winner.
Dude, it's a fly fish Z, and you'll get it. It's coming. It's coming. Dude, I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy. That's exciting. Good for you.
Happy for him.
Yeah, you were a stepping stone in a journey to something great, and I think that's something to tote as a win, as a win.
I don't feel as good being a stepping stone, man.
Of course, the alternative is that
stepping on me, man.
Dude, the alternative would be that you weren't involved at all, right?
Yeah, who knows, man. But anyway, it just feels good. I got that. I got a bamboo nursery. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
Yeah, man. I'm bamboo plants online. I've got pictures of me from 15 years ago and videos from 15 years ago. But yeah, I kind of, when I was doing all those or my brother Trip was doing all those 20 light flips, you kind of needed something to. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you kind of needed something to tell people, man. So I had 20 acres, and I was trying to start a palm tree nursery on it because I found out like some of the palm trees in Florida are worth, I don't know, $20,000 for some of those fancy palms you see in front of the casinos and the hotels. And man, bought 20 acres. Wasn't that good of a farmer. And the palm trees are hard, man. You got to feed the shit out of them. You got to make sure. And what it is, they're okay. They'll live. But if they get any kind of like hump or any kind of imperfection because you messed up the watering, they're like worth $100 instead of 4,000, you know?
Yeesh.
Yeah. So anyway, I was dancing with this guy one day and he says to me, no, that's actually true. Ready? You want to hear a story, man?
Um,
I'm getting married and my wife's dad sends me, he's got all this whatever. Sends me to dance lessons. Okay. I'm supposed to learn how to dance for our first dance. It's, 20 something years ago. And so what the hell do I care? Or, so I go to these dance lessons and of course it's a dude. It's South Florida. You know what I mean? So there's a dude that's going to give me dance lessons and I don't care, man. You know what I mean? Like I'm straight enough to even dance with a dude. All right. So, yeah, I'm dancing with this dude and and he asked me, he goes, what do you do for a living? And so I say, oh, I sell palm trees. And he goes, oh, honey, the hell with palm trees. You need to get into bamboo. And so I Googled bamboo and I got home and a 3-gallon was $90, bro.
that's what. That's wild. So you paid
That's,
90 gallon, or sorry, you paid 90.
no, no. What I'm saying is that shit, he was so right. This guy knew all the trends. He was a Fort Lauderdale super trendy gay dude, and he knew what was up. And dude, for bamboo, for a little single piece of bamboo coming up, $90,
Yeah,
man.
90 bucks.
So that's a lot of money, man. So, and by the way, bamboo's a grass. It's one of the easiest things in the world to grow. As long as you're a hoss and want to dig them out, man, it takes a lot of labor. But yeah, we started, man, a couple really badass rednecks started bamboo plants online. And man, we have 20 acres of, dude, Google or you check it out when you got some time. Dude, the stuff is beautiful, man.
Okay, hold on.
Blue
Holy
stuff.
fuck,
Yes, sir.
Scotty, you're taking
Yes,
me for
sir.
a mental trip, dude. Okay, so are
I'm
you
53. I've had many lives, bro.
Okay, so are you growing the bamboo in Colorado, or are you,
Oh, hell no,
or are
man.
you?
I
Yeah,
still
so this
kept
is in
that
Costa
land.
Rica. So you're taking you're
No,
taking.
no, 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 no. I'm sorry. I'm from Florida, brother. I'm from Florida. I'm from like the Fort Lauderdale area.
Oh, okay, okay,
So,
okay, okay, okay,
yeah,
okay. Okay.
yeah. So I was
So
doing this. I was dancing with in Fort Lauderdale,
okay,
man.
so when you said okay, so this is where I took a right when you went left. Let's start this. Is when you said a bamboo nursery. I was thinking that you meant a
Yeah.
bamboo structured nursery that you grew weed in. But now
Ah,
you
ah.
nurtured bamboo and sold it. Dude, dude,
Yeah.
I went on
Oh,
such
I'm
a
sorry,
mental
man. You
trip
must
there,
have been
man.
so confused.
I tried
Yes.
so hard to loop that back in. I was like, I'll get this. I'll get this. I'll
Loop
get
it
this.
into dancing with the man.
I
And you
got it.
just couldn't figure it out.
One of the worst things when I actually
Anyway,
listen to
yes, sir.
people, and it's one of the downsides when it's like I will stop a conversation in its tracks if I lose track to anything that you say because I want to listen and if I don't understand something I'm gonna stop. And so I was fucking lost, dude. I'll be honest with you, but I'm back now. I'm back. It was some
All
good
right.
weed.
You
Yeah,
know
I'm
what?
smoking some good weed too.
You have
Yeah,
you have to have things to tell people you do. You know
yeah.
what I mean? When you're a professional weed grower. So,
No, hey,
I grow,
hey.
and by the way, saying I grow bamboo is the worst cover because then people want to ask you all about bamboo, man.
Oh, see, and I wasn't going to ask you
Work in
about bamboo at
healthcare.
all. I was actually going to ask you, can you at least
No.
relate the grow to bamboo? Can cannabis and bamboo at all relate?
Mm. Barely. Bamboo, it's so hardy. And there's people that are probably, bamboo got a really bad rap. There's like 1,900 different types of bamboo. There's a lot that take over like the whole area and stuff like that. They call them running bamboo. And there's about, I don't know, maybe 100 out of all those thousands that really behave. They behave like a palm tree, kind of like a cluster, multi-trunk palm tree. And so the people that were in the know had anyway, it was easy enough for me to figure out the top 10 or 15 ones that were, it's like strains, you know what I mean? I've had these same top 10 or 15 strains and man, I just have I've been propagating them for years and years and I got thousands of them and And I think we started by saying that it's cool to work with people and to have us, to be able to help people out. That crazy setup, man. We've had, every one of my redneck guys, and by the way, they don't mind being called rednecks.
I
It's
consider myself
proud.
a
They're
redneck
out
as
there
well.
working. They're out there working, and they're red, and their neck is red, man,
Yep.
from the sunshine, man.
Yep. Yeah, they work hard.
Bro,
They
but
work
yeah, it's
hard.
nice. They're all they're all driving nice trucks, man. They all get bonuses, So I make money, they make money. Bro, can I tell you? So shady, man. There's a woman that picks weeds for us out there, and she is freaking. It's my friend's mom, or it's one of the workers' moms,
Mhm.
and she's from El Salvador. She is 77 years old, and she wants to come pick weeds every day. It's a real thing, man. There's people that their whole careers, it's pretty messed up because it's not that easy, is pulling weeds from containers and stuff. This is so messed, and so we don't want her to work that hard. We're like, dude, we want you to work like 3 days is the maximum we'll pay you. I'm sorry, we want you to show up, and we treat her really nice and stuff. But dude, she is such a hard worker. She comes out to me like, I come into town. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I was in town, and I'm like hanging out, smoking a joint with the guys. And I see this old woman. I've never met this woman before. I didn't even know they hired her. Just walks up to me, and she's an old Spanish woman, and grabs my arm and starts telling me in Spanish, which I can talk, okay, but she's telling me in Spanish, I want to work more days. I want to work more days. I went from chill and mellow to being like, what the fuck is going
Afraid?
on? Literally, in like, just tripped out, man. That reality down there, owning a nursery in, Southwest Florida, inland Florida, is such a freaking reality check, man.
Jesus.
Even to know that there's people that pull weeds for a living. Imagine that.
I, you're telling me, man. Yeah, I can totally understand because I live in agriculture Canada where
Yeah.
we got people doing we do very similar things. Very similar things. But we also have people that have to work outside at minus 50, minus 60 temperatures. So it's, it can be quite cruel up here. Very cruel. But
Yeah. Yeah.
so do you still have the nursery?
Yeah. Yeah. I was down there last week.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
I was like, yeah. Yeah. That's it sucks when you have a business that
What's
does better after you leave.
Hey, that's what it's like being the boss though, right? What's the
These guys are
prime
so hardcore.
what's the primary use that people would be buying bamboo for?
Blocking out something. So you're in someplace kind of tropical. I want to say till about 12 degrees. They're good down to the clumping ones, the ones that behave themselves, good for landscaping, down to about 12 degrees. But say that your neighbor, you got this beautiful house, and then your neighbor is doing construction. And he's going to build his garage right next to you, right on your fence line, and you're like, this sucks. You can take bamboo that's, a 3-gallon container, and in like 18 months, you got something that's 25 foot tall that's just multi-cane that blocks the shit out. So it's has its use, man. Has definitely a good use.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, thank you for taking me on the
Yeah.
bamboo journey. It probably took a little longer because I
Yeah.
had no idea what the fuck you were talking about at first. So I appreciate you for
Ah,
bringing me back, brother, bringing me back. And I'm glad that's been successful for you. Recharge has
you
also
said we
been
could talk about anything, man.
I
You said we could
yeah,
talk about anything,
anything you want, brother. This is Tea with P. This is where the people get their tea.
bro.
So you're the man.
That's awesome, man.
So you and your team started Recharge. Is that who's responsible for Recharge?
Me. I am responsible for Recharge. It was yeah, I've been learning about microbes for a couple years since I started using cocoa. And man, who told me about microbes? I remember reading when I was online. What was the old? Was it Roll It Up back in the day? Pretty
Yeah.
sure it was that. And
Like
always trying, just
the
like I was.
website?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was. So I was
The
cruising
forum.
on the websites. Man, that is what's so cool about about being a stoner and having the internet. Anytime somebody wants to diss the internet, you can smoke weed and learn shit, and there's no barriers to entry, you can just, whether it's bamboo or propagation or whatever. Man, my life got better when that happened. I was able to get smarter and smoke weed.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So
I forgot your.
you were on Roll It Up. So it sounds like we have a very.
No, I wasn't. I was just lurking.
Oh, you were just lurking. You didn't have an account?
But I seen this Mike Corey's eye, and everybody was swearing by McCory's eye. And
How do
I was
you
like,
say
I
it?
need to get some of that.
How do you say it?
Mycorrhizae.
Mycorrhizae. With a Z.
Mycorrhizae. How do you say
You
it?
putting
man?
a hard E on that? And you're confident?
Mycorrhizae. Yeah. How do you say it? You're saying mycorrhizae? Mycorrhizae.
Dude, I try not to say it. I try not to say it. No.
Anyway, that's that beneficial fungus. It's cool as shit.
Mycorrhizae is what mycorrhizae. Yeah. It's funny because
really? Yeah.
I used to say, because I never say anything. I'm from the middle of nowhere, man. No one understands that I actually have nobody to talk to in regards to this stuff. So I only read.
Really?
Yep. Or did.
Oh, man.
Did.
No, I didn't know that,
I've expanded. It's been a long time. But I used to call it mycorrhizae. But wait.
Dude, who the hell
mycorrhizae. That's a what?
Yeah.
I used to call it mycorrhizae. Yeah. Yeah.
Sinking, man.
I had no idea. No, so I had to say that. So you were saying.
Can I say something real quick, man?
Yeah, go ahead.
I had this huge. I'm gonna anyway. It's that time of the night, brother.
Please.
Dude, I had this huge inadequacy complex when I came to Colorado. What do they call it? I think they call it imposter syndrome, because we were just cranking out big fat buds. Nobody gave a shit what strain it was. I don't know where it was going, you know what I mean? But it was like and they were good. It was great stuff, But when I came here and heard people talking about more mycorrhizae and growing in cocoa core and all this stuff that seemed really exotic to me, So I was like, damn. And I did. I got a really good tip about using cocoa core and Canna A and B, 10-gallon smart pots and cocoa core. And man, that was the start of, becoming a much better grower. I came from deep water culture. That's what I used to run those 20 liters in, deep water culture.
It's very exciting. That's very exciting.
No, it sucks, man. It sucks. That shit has so many moving parts. It's such a pain in the ass. There's 100-gallon reservoirs. You're praying that everything's working when we go back in. 99 plants. So 99 of those cells, those deep water culture cells, and each one has an air stone that's going to clog because it's got nutrients all around it, and I'm just saying, it was such a pain. All the circulation at multiple pumps, giant reservoirs, crazy growth rates, but if anything happened, man, you ain't got a buffer.
So recharge has been crazy for you. You were on the story about somebody told you about microbes, and then you were talking about mycorrhizae, and then I stopped you because you were putting a hard E on it. Sorry,
because I have a bamboo nursery, I'm able to. I have fertilizer salesmen and stuff like that, so I was able to ask some people what that stuff was, and they were just kind of telling me, and they started giving me started learning. I think they gave me mycorrhizae and then a beneficial bacteria product. There was a kelp, and then there was a different bacteria. So it just got me thinking, that was what was available where I was at. And I started just using them and thinking and asking a bunch of questions. And, like I said, I got that bamboo nursery, and the more I used them for cannabis, the more I was like, yo, these things are legit. It gives you, I said the word buffer before, the stash blend, when you have specifically the bacteria. Hell yeah. Come on, let's geek out on some microbes.
Please,
all right?
Please. Yes.
Mycorrhizae, right? That's that big fungus coating. So that's that coating that coats the roots. That expands. You've got all these, all this more surface area now, right? And the bacteria colonize all over it. The bacteria can absorb those nutrients that are available, and it can change the pH right at that rhizosphere, right where those nutrients are going in. If they're not at the right pH, it can change it. And it wants to make that exchange, man. It's got to live. It's not there for its health. That bacteria is there because the plant is a sugar factory up where the sun's shining in the leaves. Man, I just did a short form about this. It's freaking trippy, man. However many years growing. And I really never understood what happens at night. You know, like it was 18 or 24. I finally started asking. I'm like, what's right for veg? 18 or 24, right? And it's 18 hours, man, because them freaking stomata, once they close, think about it. If you got water or nutrient water going up those plants are up all the time, man, it's like the gates are wide open, right? So it's constantly the nutrients just going up and out, which is good for growth, right? It's good for what's going on in the leaves and stuff. But when the stomata close later on at night, it sends that stuff back down to the roots, man. It grows your root system and it grows your microbes. It's sending those sugars back down there. I'm baked, brother.
Dude, so am I. Yeah, so am I. I was gonna disagree with you there for a second, and then you said you added.
What do you got?
No, and then you add on the roots part. See, cannabis is a different. First of all, I want to say thank you.
C3 plant, and we have to smoke again, man. All right.
Yes, agreed. Let's do it.
Yes, C3. I said
C3. No, I've heard that argument. But first of all, I want to thank you for affording me the credit to understand anything that you said in regards to the mycorrhizae, because yeah, I had no idea. I had no idea what it was. I have no idea what it is. You are a very smart guy, Scott. I want to say that in regards to this plant and what you do. I am not.
Shucks, man.
I am not.
I don't say that, man, because seriously, man, I was a C student. I'm not that smart. Just listen for a sec. I want to talk to the audience too. When I was allowed to smoke out at night and just ask the computer stuff and then learn, you can learn. That's why I was on Roll It Up, 10 or 15 years ago, whatever it is. Same skill you have in real life, finding, your bullshit filter has to go. But finding information and using it to make, my life or my grow better. When I started being able to do that, man, that's when I could pretend I was smart.
Yeah, I fully understand pretending, and that's why I surround myself with very smart people. The thing is, though, is that I have an appreciation for weed and the power that it has as a whole than I do a passion for growing it. I will be honest. Growing it, although I make it a pain in the ass because it can be the most cumbersome process because I don't trust a man who doesn't hand water his plants. But the thing is that I don't want it to
What did I do, man? I showed up on time, man. You don't trust me? You know what you're saying?
You don't hand water your plants?
Dude, first off, this is the worst.
Scotty,
hang on. This is the best.
No.
This is the best. Oh, wait, don't make me my shirt, man.
No.
It's on, dude. No, it's on, bro. I was almost going to say, no, I bottom feed, okay? And it is offensive when people call it butt chugging. Yeah. Okay. Yes, it's offensive, all right? I'm not ready for it yet. Nah, I'm just having fun. Yes, but I found the wicking system, man. Cocoa core. And then I am kind of proud of this. All right, I'm proud of it. I'll be proud of myself, Scotty.
Just up.
Man, I figured out, I made this called the Real Buckets. And they started out as a 3-gallon bucket inside of a 5-gallon bucket with a net pot and holes drilled by me and Warehouse Kyle. And they really weren't ever meant to be a product. It was what I was using to grow. And just like I learned about mycorrhizae, I learned about bottom feeding and wicking systems. And dude, that's the way, man. That is, and if you would use them, I'll totally send you a 2-bucket Real Bucket system, dude.
Of course.
You water once a week. You put a little bit of stash blend or a little bit of I put a little bit of recharge in there once a week. You top water with that to get the microbes, just freshies in there, and Dude, it's the easiest way to grow. You can go on vacation and come back and your girls still look good, man.
So let's go back. So
Yeah.
yes, of course, I would love to take them, and I would love to give them a shot, promote them to the moon. The second thing is to go to the 24-18-6, because I'm a 24-hour guy. I'm a 24-hour guy.
Why?
So if I
I
put
learned
it,
this shit last week, bro.
if I put it with a wicking system and have 24-hour light, the thing is that cannabis is different. I do believe that it does not need light or dark. It does not need dark.
You said need, brother.
But hold on. Yes, you're right. The plant, it doesn't need. So the roots
need and the only reason
I was going to disagree with you,
right?
I was going to disagree, but then you said the roots, and by the time
can I just say something really quick?
Please, yes.
Sorry, Scott just interrupt us here, but I just want to make this point. Okay. Needing something and having something being really good for you is two different things. And what I'm saying is it definitely doesn't need it. We do 24 hours a day. I have my veg going 24 hours a day right now, man. Mm-hmm. But having it be good for the plant as far as building a balanced plant, damn, that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. About having it, sending it down once you close the doors. Those, I'm thinking of like a concert or something. If you're trying to get back to your car 5 minutes before the show starts, it's going to be hard to get out, right? There's a whole big, huge stream going into the show, But if the doors are, if the concert's starting and everything, there's no traffic, doors are closed, then you can go back to your car, no problem, right? I'm working on it.
No, you got it, and I'm processing it, and you make perfect sense in regards to the stomata closing and things going back to the roots, and that's where I said I was going to disagree with you, but I don't know anything about the roots, because by the time I harvest week 10, 11, 12 and pull that root mass, that everything that happened, the roots are everywhere. So I can't compare to say that, well, the 24-hour only gave me a root ball like this versus so I can't say that. But so when you start to involve science and you start to involve all the big word, I can't argue with that. So I agree with you.
Dude, that ain't really that big a science, man.
Well,
you know what I mean? That's
know,
just
but
understanding that the plant.
No, when you're talking about the closing of the stomata and the nutrients going back down, I can't see that.
It's pretty easy to get it, man. You got all right. It's pretty. You got these giant holes up top, and that hole is creating a tiny bit of vacuum, and that vacuum is sucking that nutrient.
Okay, well, it's easy to get now that you described it. Yeah, it's easy. I 100% get it now. Yes, I totally agree.
Yeah,
yes, I totally
agree.
If
that thing closes, then there's no pressure, there's no osmotic, whatever.
It's like
there's
a straw.
No sucking.
It's like a straw. Everybody takes their straw out of a McDonald's cup when they're young, and they see all the pops sitting on the end. They're like, "Whoa, dude!" And they take their straw, and then it all goes back down. I get that.
Then if it's just sitting there, the doors are closed, then what happens? It's like, hey, you know what, man? Let's go bribe them microbes, man. Let's go pump them roots full of juice.
But then I must ask. Okay, but then you're just gonna say it's better anyways. Okay, so I just find ease of use, because you said yours
better
is
anyways.
Yeah, I find yours is on. You said yours is on 24 hours. Mine's also on 24 hours, because I can tend to the garden at any time of the day. I can water. Yep. Any time of the day. I get lazy. Sometimes I stroll in the house. It's 11 o'clock at night, and they're like, "Oh, they're flopping. Let me give them some water," and they're not gonna go to sleep. So I don't have to worry about mold. I don't have to worry about any of that. They're just gonna take the water and grow. I am like a lazy man's grower. I like to think of it a working man's grower rather than a lazy man's. I'm a working man's grower. I like family. I like work. I like gaming. And you said you have hobbies. Growing is what gives me the weed to power all those things.
I dig, man. I'm the same way. I don't have to water. I go in there once a week and top water with some recharge. I mean, it
Yes.
is easy.
Yes.
I try to have the least amount of fail points at this. You know, the more complicated, like I said, it came from the deep water culture. But I had a chiller. I had multiple air stones, and my deep water culture was strong, man. But multiple air stones going in each bucket. Dude, I mean, that shit was, there were so many fail points. I remember we'd have air stone washing night where we take the stones out and we would put them in whatever that is, the pool acid, muriatic acid, and we would have to clean them, man. It was like, air stone cleaning night.
That
Ridiculous, man.
sucks.
I don't have that anymore.
No, that's great.
Ugh.
That sucks. No, that sucks. And I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that because it should be a process that works for you because you're busy. You don't want to be in the garden more than anything else.
Dude, when you start treating it like a plant, as less like a, deep water culture is like a science experiment, you know? When you start treating it more like a plant, when you just become a better grower, like, dude, remember like I had like a neighbor that was grow like everything in the garden, compost and stuff like. Did they say compost up there, by the way? You
Compost.
say compost. Compost.
What do you say?
No, compost.
Compost.
It oh yeah, you do, and very interesting.
What did you
man.
say? I
Anyway,
didn't
man,
catch it.
compost, man, compost. I think we have emphasis on
We
different
have
syllables.
compost. Oh, compost. Oh, I see what you did. Oh, I see it. Okay. It really depends, I guess. Yeah, compost.
You ever have that neighbor that can just throw some compost in her garden? You're like, holy crap, those peppers or those tomatoes are beautiful. She can grow some good weed, man. It's the same concepts, man. If you can learn how to grow a plant, even a fruit bearing plant. Yeah.
Is it concept or forcept down there? Sorry, I had to. Sorry, no, nothing to do with that. So family and I are gonna be driving through Colorado at the end of the month. Are you around?
Not only am I around, you all are invited, man. Come hang out, man.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'll show you a good time, man.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
I like your
I'm
ladies
stoked.
laugh already, man.
That's fantastic. I'm stoked. Yes, the family and I are doing a trip from Manitoba, Canada, down to Yellowstone
Jesus.
National Park to
Are you
Las
gonna
Vegas.
love it?
Las Vegas, and then we're going over to Denver, and then we're going back up to Manitoba. It's a 5,500 kilometers, so probably about 4,300 miles, give or take, 4,500 miles.
In what?
For what?
In a car, in an RV,
yeah, SUV.
in a
Yeah,
car?
SUV. I was gonna do it in an electric
Okay.
car, but we don't trust it.
Uh-oh.
No.
No way,
No.
man.
So we're doing it in an SUV.
You don't want that stress, you got enough stress, all right?
Yes.
Nah, that'll be great, man.
Yeah, we're stoked.
What's your buzz of choice, man? You gonna bring a vape pen? You gonna
I
gonna
rather,
do?
to be honest with you, I'm not going to discuss it because I have to go through Montana and Idaho.
Oh, you have to go. You're in another country. I forgot, man. All right. Stop here first, man. I'll hook you up, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would be the opposite direction. That would be interesting, though.
I'm
actually.
kidding. I
We
was
should
just
shoot for
kidding,
those.
man. I was
No, I'm going to be in good hands. Don't worry. I'm not going to break any
Yeah,
laws,
I bet.
and I'm not going to infringe any kind of ordinances or bylaws. Scotty,
Dick, I was the only one that admitted to breaking laws today, man. That's messed up.
that's
bro.
not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing because I
Yes,
don't
it
want to
is.
go tit for tat. I don't want to go tit for tat. It's not worth it for either of us.
No,
Please.
no.
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 Scotty,
I really haven't done anything.
I feel
too
like
weird,
we could.
man.
I feel like we could do this for a lot longer. But if anyone wanted to reach out, if anyone wanted to get in touch or get some recharge, where would they do that?
Yeah, realgrowers.com, baby. And then the Dude Grow Show. Say something nice about me in the Dude Grow Show comments, man. Might say something nice back. I don't know. You read your own comments, bro?
Yes, of course I do. Of course
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
But
some people don't. There's some channels I don't. I don't read my comments on Instagram, man. You know.
on Instagram, no, I don't read my comments on everything. No, God, no, heaven forbid.
Yeah, yeah,
No, but I learned at a very, I learned at a very early age of this that I turned all notifications off. My phone does not buzz for
yeah,
work unless it's either a text or an email at all, and there's no notifications to emails, nothing.
yeah. That
That's
is a key, man, to still enjoying this after 10 plus years is turning all that crap off, man.
yes.
Yeah, I pull, man. That shit ain't pushed on me. I pull it when I want.
Yes. Well, and
It's
the
great.
thing is,
That's
it's like,
demanding.
oh, excuse me. It's not that I don't want to engage the comments. It's that I will continue to engage the comments over and over and over, and it just takes so much time. And
Yeah.
like, so I'll post a because we just sound like assholes now because people are like, oh, but the reality is like I'll post a
I read
video.
the comments, man. I read them.
Yep.
I respond.
I post a video and then like I try to give like 24 hours. Within 24 hours, I'll be very active on that video, respond to comments.
Yeah, yeah. It's impossible to do it forever.
That's all. That's all. So it's like you can't keep up, but yeah, I try to stay active. Scotty, we could go all forever and ever and ever and ever. Let's do it over a barbecue. We'll have a great time, off some drinks. We'll smoke tons.
Come on over, brother.
Thank you, man. We'll keep in touch. Thank you for trying to figure out Discord. Thank you for getting your everything to working. This has been absolutely amazing, and I would love to have you back. We could talk some real shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down to hang anytime, man.
Scotty, thanks so much.
Anytime.
I want to speak on behalf of myself and From the Stash. From the Stash strongly recommends Recharge. You can use Recharge and From the Stash together. Anyone who thinks there was any kind of beef or any animosity, there never was at any time.
No.
And we just it's kosher, and we want nothing but the best for the Dude Grow Show and for Recharge as a whole. So thank you. Thank you for coming on the show.
And I'm living a good life, man. How's your life, brother?
Brother, it's amazing.
I want your
Look
life
at
to be
this.
good, man.
Look at it's amazing, man. It's amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Man.
Thank you
Nothing
for
but
being
love.
a part of it, brother. I wish you nothing but the best, and I can't wait to see you at the end of the month.
Take it easy, brother.
Thank you, sir. Scotty from Dude Grows. Make sure you go and check him out.
Hey.
Scotty, thank you so much, man. That was an absolute pleasure. Peace, homie.
That's good hanging out, man.
Thanks,
It was really
man.
fun.
Peace.